Garbage issue not yet resolved. Bali's acting governor says it's one of Bali's 5 main challenges in 2025. This is an interesting one. And PHRI Bali predicts 12% VAT will impact hotel rate increase. And that is coming on January 1st, just a couple of days from now. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali in Indonesia. This is December 29th, 2024. Just 2 more days to the New Year's Eve. And my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? Well, right now it is 9 o'clock in the morning, 30.5 degrees Celsius. It was all the way up to 34 yesterday. And the humidity is down to 61%. Wind speed is 6.4 kilometers per hour. And we had some light rain last night, not too heavy, but, well, enough to get things wet. And still reports around the island of flooding and landslides and trees falling down and roads collapsing. It's a wonderful time of the year. And we'll see how things are going to be on January 31st, on December 31st, New Year's Eve. Is it going to rain? Are there going to be fireworks? No telling what's going to happen. I think last year it rained on New Year's Eve, if I remember right. Okay, this is the last video until the new year. I'm taking a couple of days off. Tomorrow is my 34th wedding anniversary, if I haven't said that already. And so I'm going to be really busy tomorrow. And the 31st is New Year's Eve, and all the kids and grandkids will be here. And so the next video will be on the 1st of January. Let's get to it. Garbage issue not yet resolved. Bali's acting governor says it's one of Bali's 5 main challenges in 2025. The Bali provincial government admits that it has not been able to solve the waste problem. Waste management is still a challenge for all parties in the future. This was stated by acting governor of Bali, Pak Mahendra Jaya. And he said this during the 2024 year-end reflection on Friday, a couple of days ago. There are several problems that we have not been able to solve. This is a challenge for all of us in the future to overcome the waste problem. Acting Governor Mahendra further said this also includes beautiful city planning and it must include good drainage. Yeah. I hope everybody realizes this. We realize, he said, this is the rainy season, high rainfall. Then it becomes a puddle, a flood. In the future, we hope it will not happen with the repair efforts that we will continue to carry out. Additionally, the acting governor also asked for the participation of the entire community, such as wanting to clean the water channels in their place, throwing garbage in its place. If all are done, the acting governor is sure that the garbage problem can be solved. Biopores are considered to help overcoming flooding by allowing rainwater to seep into the ground. Pak Mahendra emphasized that the waste problem can be solved if all parties care about the environment. Yeah, the people are definitely an important part of this, but also the government needs to take care of the drainage system. Yes, I said that this problem can be solved if all parties in society want to first care about their environment. So if there is garbage scattered, clean it, lift it, then make biopores so there is water absorption. It can definitely be solved. If it can definitely be solved, why hasn't it been solved yet? Mahendra Jaya stated that the public support is greatly needed because in the future, Bali will still face a number of issues that have received public attention and the spotlight, thus requiring immediate handling. He noted 5 current issues that are challenges in Bali's development. These are controlling inflation, extreme poverty, poverty and stunting prevalence, controlling regional development, strengthening culture, and human resources issues. Regarding inflation control, he said that Bali's inflation is maintained at around 2.5 plus or minus 1%. Although the inflation rate in Bali is generally above the national average of around 1.55%, he said that Bali's inflation rate is moderate, reflecting people's purchasing power. The indicator is that the economy in Bali is growing above 5%, exceeding the national average. Likewise, investment coming into Bali is far beyond the target. On the second current issue, namely extreme poverty, poverty and stunting prevalence, the figures are generally better than the national average. Extreme poverty in Bali in 2023 is 0.19%, below the national figure of 1.12%, while the percentage of poor people in 2024 in Bali is 4%, far below the national average of 9.03%. The prevalence of stunting in 2023, 7.2%, while the national average is, 21.5%. Although the figures are better, he believes that eradicating extreme poverty, and stunting prevalence is still a big job for Bali. On the third current issue, he emphasized the disparity in development between the regions. The target of original income, PAD, of the regencies throughout Bali in 2024 fiscal year shows a significant gap. Badung recorded the highest PAD of 10.2 trillion rupiah, followed by Gianyar, 1.76, and Jembrana only at 205.6 billion. Other regencies not mentioned here. Bali's dependence on the tourism sector has given rise to problems such as land conversion, traffic jams, cleanliness, and inadequate drainage systems. Meanwhile, regarding the fourth current issue, strengthening culture, challenges such as globalization and commercialization of the culture are in the spotlight. The Bali provincial government's efforts including local cultural materials in the curriculum, encouraging quality tourism villages, and strengthening the role of Bali Cultural Council. However, he emphasized the need for cooperation from all parties. Finally, regarding the issue of human resources, he cited data from BPS Bali, which states that 70% of Bali's population is in the productive age group with a dependency ratio of 42.2%. This demographic bonus is a good thing, he said. Imagine if the non-productive population is more than the productive population. This would be a big challenge. The acting governor further revealed that government and development activities in Bali, including two major agendas, namely the 2024 simultaneous election and regional elections, had run safely, smoothly, and democratically. Pak Mahendra Jaya said that he's communicated with the elected governor of Bali, Wayan Koster. Oh yes, I often chat with him. Yes, many things, he said. When asked what his biggest challenge was during his time as acting governor for approximately 1.5 years, he said there were no major issues. For now, thank God, all my friends have been willing to help. The hard part has become easy, right? There are no major issues. Maybe I missed something here. I thought there were 5 major issues. Suddenly there's no major issues. Politics. And acting Governor Mahendra Jaya expressed his gratitude to those who wholeheartedly carry out humanitarian and social welfare activities. He called environmental and social welfare activists as people with angelic hearts. This is a noble activity. I would like to express my gratitude to all parties who sincerely and lovingly help others. All of you are heroes of humanity. Appreciation and gratitude are also given to those who care about nature and the environment for sustainability. You are heroes who protect nature and guard the environment. Let's build some more beach clubs. He said this while conveying that the government has limitations in resolving issues of controlling regional development, especially the environment. Pak Mahendra Jaya explained that the 2024 year-end reflection activity was packaged with a coffee party. Wow. According to him, the event held at the end of 2024 aims to reflect on various things that have been done, including the challenges faced and achievements in order to be better prepared as we enter 2025. So there's the 5 major things according to the acting governor, but there's no major problems. And it will be interesting to see what Governor Koster does once he takes office again. What is he going to prioritize first? Infrastructure, most likely, because that was his big thing when he was the governor before. And also pushing ARAC. If you remember right, he was a big proponent of ARAC, especially in order to control COVID. And don't forget to have some arak with your coffee in the morning. Okay, and what about the value added tax, which is going to go into effect, the increase in just a couple of days? PHRI Bali predicts 12% VAT will impact hotel rate increase. Yes, for those of you coming here and staying in hotels, you may be paying more. Deputy Chairman of the Indonesia Hotel and Restaurant Association, PHRI, Gusti Nurai Sriwijaya, stated that he predicted that the planned implementation of value-added tax would have an impact on increasing hotel rates in Bali. According to him, hotel rates could increase by as much as 10% because of the tax. Sriwijaya also highlighted Thailand's policy of choosing to lower taxes, which he said could be a more beneficial factor in increasing the competitiveness of the tourism sector in the country. Amid the recovery of the hotel industry, which has just recovered after the COVID-19 pandemic. He said that the implementation of the VAT increases risk burdening hotel entrepreneurs in Bali. We really hope that the government can be wiser in this fiscal policy. The focus can be more on eradicating corruption or improving other sectors that have the potential to increase state revenue. According to him, although it is estimated that a 10% increase in hotel rates will not have a major impact on tourist visits, it will put pressure on hotel entrepreneurs who may be forced to reduce operational costs, including reducing the number of employees. We are concerned that entrepreneurs will make efficiencies, which will result in a reduction in the service and quality experienced by guests. He also assessed that with the current VAT of 11%, it's quite effective in increasing state revenue without sacrificing the competitiveness of the business sector. The current tax is good enough, giving entrepreneurs the opportunity to grow and innovate. If the tax is raised to 12%, it could create fear among new entrepreneurs who want to start a business. He suggested that the government focus more on developing entrepreneurs, both from the lower, middle, and upper classes. If entrepreneurs are empowered, they will become a new and more sustainable source of tax revenue. It would be better to focus on improving the quality and number of entrepreneurs, he said. Suryawijaya hopes that the government considered the long-term impact of the VAT increase on tourism and hospitality sector in Bali, which is one of the main economic pillars of the region. And I haven't reported about it, but there have already been demonstrations in different parts of the country about the VAT increasing to 12%. Some things, some basic staples are going to be excluded from that, and I'll be talking more about this when the new year starts and the VAT is imposed. The increase in the VAT is imposed. And what about that big tower up there in the mountains? PHRI Turyapada is open to the public, limited to 60 people. Here is the registration link. Yes, you're going to have to register if you want to see this. The acting governor of Bali launched the website and soft opening for free public visits to the Turyapada Tower on Friday. Turyapada Tower is located in the Pagayaman village area in Sukasada district in Buleleng here. And Pak Mahendra Jaya informed that the construction of phase 1 of the tower has been 100% completed and has succeeded in overcoming blank spots. The tower is also a new tourist attraction with rides such as glass bridges and 360-degree views. People can witness a beautiful panorama from a height, see 3 lakes, and try out the glass bridge. Head of Communication and Information Service, Gade Pramana, added that during the soft opening period, the number of visitors is limited to 30 people in the morning and 30 people in the afternoon. In its design, this telecommunications tower is the most sophisticated in the world. Really? This tower is equipped with planetarium facilities, 360-degree rotating restaurant, glass bridge, skywalk, fruit garden, flower garden, and glamping. And if you want to see it, you're going to have to make a reservation, and the link will be in the description below in case you want to do that. How has tourism been going with all of this extreme weather that we've been having? Well, let's take a look. Christmas and New Year holidays 2024. Tourist attractions in Bali still quiet. Impact of extreme weather on tourist flights. Approaching the peak of the 2024 Christmas and New Year holidays, several tourist attractions still look deserted, but this is normal due to the extreme weather that has hit the island. In fact, since Saturday morning until noon, the Bali region was showered with moderate to high intensity rain. The extreme weather has impacted flights at the international airport. We can convey that the rainy weather that occurred today has an impact on several flights to and from Bali, according to the general manager of the airport. In fact, until 1300 WITA, there were 7 flights to Bali that had to be diverted to other airports. The 7 flights consisted of 5 domestic flights and 2 international flights, he said. Several flights were diverted to Surabaya and several flights were diverted to Lombok. Divert is a safety procedure in aviation. It can be done considering the intensity of heavy rain that results in minimum visibility. Meanwhile, the general manager added that the rainy weather conditions that occurred also had an impact on flight departure delays. The data received shows that there were 10 domestic flights and 4 international flights that were delayed, an average of 60 to 120 minutes from the schedule. As of 1500 yesterday, all the delayed flights had flown safely. The airport, together with all related stakeholders, anticipates current weather conditions by continuing to coordinate and update information. Seeing this condition, it makes sense that until now, several tourist attractions in Bali are still not crowded with visitors. And so, some places where they expected to get tourists coming in, some tourist attractions, they haven't, and some flights were diverted. But passengers continue to arrive in Bali via airport. That is the last segment of today. After the Christmas celebrations, the international airport recorded that passengers are continuing to arrive. In fact, the number was higher than departures. On Thursday, 21,672 international passengers and 16,837 domestic passengers arrived. That was 38,509 passengers, and the departures were 30,429, 16,985 international, 13,444 domestic. Communication and Legal Division head of the airport said that this pattern reflects the high enthusiasm of tourists who choose Bali as their main destination for a end-of-the-year holiday. The number of passengers arriving on Thursday was a decrease of 4% compared to the previous period last year. However, the number of arrivals still dominates the number of departures. Aircraft movements are also said to support this data, with a total of 206 domestic movements, namely 103 arrivals and 103 departures, 210 international movements with 103 arrivals and 107 departures. During the 9 days of the 2024-2025 Nataru service, from December 18th to the 26th, the average number of daily passengers reached 70,000. Cumulatively, the total of passengers, 631,900, an increase of 6% compared to the same period last year. So less people came on Thursday, but during this period, more people came. And domestic arrivals are still dominated by the Jakarta route with 91 movements, followed by Surabaya with 29. For international arrivals, Singapore route is the most popular, 35, and Kuala Lumpur 27, and Perth with 19. With a high number of arrivals after Christmas, Ngurah Airport remains prepared for the potential bigger surge ahead of New Year's. We continue to ensure maximum service both for arrivals and departures so that all passengers can enjoy a comfortable travel experience. Not the best time of the year to visit Bali, but people are coming in here, I guess, to party. That is it for today. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone. Take care, have a happy new year and a safe new year, and I will see you again on the 1st of January 2025.